welcome once again to another episode of Share with Gina. To those of you who does not understand, or to everyone who still does not get what Share with Gina is, it's a show from YenGhana to tackle most of reverting, complicated and topics that go on in our lives from day to day. On every episode, we're going to get diverse ideas from multiple people all around the globe. And to add your voice to the show, you can contact or send us an email via swg@yenghana.com. On the premiere episode, we talked about love, and on this second episode, we'll be in the same wheelhouse but on a different matter. Our topic for today is going to be about dating and courtship. Numerous people have contributed to this episode, and we're going to hear interesting and wonderful ideas on the show. From YenGhana, I'm Ohima Sewa Braketu, and this is Share with Gina. As I said earlier, we are going to look in depth into the topic of dating and courtship. So to kick things off, let's start by giving answers to some questions that were sent to us prior to filming this episode. Okay, from Adumako Prisla in Manchester, UK, and I read, is there a real difference between dating and courtship, and how will I know if I'm dating or courting? Wow. Prisla, thank you so much for this email, and we hope we are going to hear from you now and then. Okay, so to give an answer to your question, there is a real difference between dating and courtship. Dating is the activity of going out with someone repeatedly as a social or a romantic partner, whilst courtship is the romantic relationship before marriage. And to know if you are dating or courting, I think that will depend on the status of your current relationship. You'll be best judge to that. So, thank you. From Dennis Cooper in Accra, Ghana, and your question is, do I have to provide for my partner during dating or courting period? Okay, thank you very much, Daniel and Dennis, sorry. And from several people we've talked about on this topic, the answers we got was, since you are not married to the person you are dating or courting, you are not obliged to provide for the person. But I think it's a kind courtesy to provide for someone if you have the means or the things to. And personally, I think there's nothing wrong in providing for someone you are in love with, let alone the person that's going to be your life partner or your husband or your wife. So I think it's cool. If you have money, just let us chop some rent. Okay, so our third question is from Abigail Johnson in Brescia, Italy. And your question is, I'm 24 years old and I was with my boyfriend in Ghana before I came to Italy. Now the distance between us is too far, and my question is this: is it normal to date or court someone in a long-distance relationship? Wow. Thank you so much, Abigail Johnson. And I think dating someone miles away is something very, very difficult to do. I understand that situation very well, but I think it all depends on trust. If you really trust the person you are dating, and even though you're miles away, you guys still hear from each other, you still have like plans to meet or be together one day, and you really know that the person is never going to betray you or is always going to be there for you no matter what. I think there's no problem in that, but you should do everything you can to keep the relationship going, because it's not easy. There are other two questions that we are going to give answers to later on, but let's get to some of our main topics for today. Okay, our first question is, what is the importance of dating or courting? The importance of dating or courting is to learn about your partner, to know more about him or her, what they like, what they hate, the food, like their best food, and then kind of basic things, because it's not easy to live with someone. So at least you get the chance to know more about the person. But today, I think people just take the word dating or courting and just roll with it. If you ask them why, what's the meaning of dating, they'll tell you, oh, I'm just dating this guy or this lady, without even knowing the meaning of dating. And some people also date solely because of sex, and 6 months later they get married, and hallelujah, they start giving children, problems start rising, things are going hard, and they just don't know how to solve them or how to get about things, because they didn't get the time to learn about each other. And research has also said that most of the marriages that break down are due to the couples not taking time to learn or study about each other. And I think that's something we, the youth of today, we need to, give importance to that, or just take care of that. Our next issue is what is the appropriate age to start dating? Ooh. If that was a term like photosynthesis or climate change, I would say start dating when you are matured enough to differentiate good from bad and then kind of things. Because I don't think there should be a date or age set for one to start dating or courting, because you can see people. Let me give an example. When I started dating and courting, like I always said, when I started dating, what I always said was, I didn't want people of my age, like guys of my age. I was like, nah, guys of my age are too immature, they are small, their mind is small. So I wanted the matured ones, like 5 years ahead and then kind of things. But hey, maturity is not about age. It's not about age. It's about the mindset. Because I got with people with that, and now I'm with a guy of my age, and there is a huge difference between two of them. There is huge difference. That's what they say. The intelligence or the maturity of a man is not defined by his age, but is defined from the mind. So I don't think there is any age set for one to start dating or courting. Start dating when you are matured enough to know the difference between good or bad, and when you're ready. But we had some audios to support that, so have a listen.
Well, I think it's from 16, 17 years going, when you are a little mature and when you think you are ready to get into a relationship.
To me, I think it's appropriate to date from the age of 18 years, because here in Ghana, from 18 years, we see the person to be matured enough to start voting and everything. So, to me, dating, you can start dating from the age of 18 years. And since you can marry at the age of 18 years too.
Well, my opinion about dating is I don't believe in dating as a teenager, because it's more better to focus on more aspects of your life, like your family, friends, and developing yourself into a confident, smart, and wise person. You have to be ready for a relationship. So that's my opinion.
So on to the next issue. How long should one take to date or court? I think that would depend on how long you take to learn or know about your partner. And we had audios to support that. So have a listen.
If you ask me how long one should date or court before getting married, I think the most important factor is getting to know each other. So whenever you feel like you know each other, I think you can proceed on getting married. Yeah, that's it.
It depends on everybody. It depends on how well you think you've gotten to know the person. And if you think you've known the person enough and you're okay, you can date the person. But you see, the thing is, Some people can pretend for a very, very, very long time. Though we say you can't pretend forever, not for even like a year, but some people can go even far than a year. They can keep on pretending for even 4 years. If the person is your soulmate and you meet a person, you can even be together for just days for only 6 months and get married.
Let's get one of our fans' questions in here. And it's from Boatima Christiana from Rome, Italy. And her question is, should I voluntarily inform my parents about whom I'm dating or courting? Wow. Boatima, that's a wonderful question. And I think maybe the answer I'm going to give may help you depending on the type of family or relationship you are in. And I think it's not going to be right or it's going to be wrong to another person from a different family or a different relationship. I think being honest with your parents, whether they are in support to your decision to date your partner, is something very vital you must do. And I know, yeah, there is the 19th century drama that talks about being in love with someone that has everything, like a doctor or, or somebody, a politician or them kind of rich people in the society. But hey, we're in the 21st century and you have to let your parents understand that being in love with someone you can live with is something of the past. But being in love with someone you can't live without, that is what's up. And that is what you having with your loved one right now. That's if you are sure about the person you are in love with. So it's a basic thing you must do. Okay, Boatima, thank you so much for that wonderful question. Our next subtopic is what should be avoided during dating or courting. I think there are a whole lot of things that must be avoided during this period, since it's the time we are getting to, or it's the time we take to learn about the person we intend getting married to. But my topics are going to be, don't lie to your partner. That is something we must not do, but trust me, that is something we all do. But we should try and stop lying to the people that we're going to get married to, because if you are going to get married to someone, going to live with that person all your life, oh my gosh, we shouldn't lie to them, because if we lie to them today that we are not married to them, they will definitely find out. I read a quote online which says, if you tell the truth, it becomes something of your past, but if you tell a lie, it becomes something of your future. So if you are going to get married to somebody and the person is going to be part of your future, I don't think you should lie to the person. The next thing, one that should be avoided during dating or the courting period is like we shouldn't be deceptive. Deception is the act of intentionally letting someone believe things that are not true. You should be yourself to the person you are dating or in a courtship stage with. We should be ourselves. Why should we intend to be somebody or someone we are not? Be your true self and be who you are. That's it. Be who you are. Moving on to our next subtopic is how do we know if we are dating or courting the right person? I think that comes down to instinct and trust. Because if you feel the person you are dating is being truthful to you, or they just keep telling lies to you any chance they get into your pants, I think all those questions are some questions that should be taken into consideration to know if you are dating or courting the right person. What we are going to talk about next is should you do whatever your partner tells you to do? And we had some audios to support that, so have a listen.
Well, I don't think one should do whatever his or her partner tells him or her during dating, because there are a whole lot of things that maybe your partner may ask you to do that in favor of God is not possible for you to do. So obeying whatever your partner may tell you maybe at times may be a sin against God. So I think it that way. Thank you.
Doing what your partner asks you to do, it's not bad, because If you only truly love your partner, you do whatever he or she asks you to do. Because if you don't content your partner, it might chase him away. So to me, it's good to do whatever your partner asks, if only you are willing to do it or you think it's right to do it. You have to do it with your whole heart to make your partner know how much you love him or her. That's what I think.
Now, the last question we are going to talk of from our fans prior to filming this episode is from Tiwa Juliet from, sorry if I maybe mentioned your name wrongly, from Ghana, Kumasi. And her question is, can Christians also date? Oh, this sounds simple, but a bit complicated when finding a concrete answer to that. So we reached 5 intellectually advanced people, 2 of whom were pastors, and this was what we gathered from what they said. There are 2 sides of what we got. So the first part is that's if your church's teachings allows you to date as a Christian, and the second part is you should know the reason why you want to date. Do you want to date because everyone is dating or courting, or do you want to date just for bragging rights, or you want to date because you want to just, like, you feel happy when saying, oh, I have a boyfriend or I have a girlfriend, or you want to date or court because you want to get married soon and you want to know or learn more about your partner, as we've said earlier on. So giving answers to these questions will help you know if Christians can date or not. Okay, our next subtopic to talk about is, that's our last question. Our last question is, do we have something like soulmates? Personally, I believe in love so much, but believing that there's something like soulmates is like believing that the Tooth Fairy or Santa Claus is real. So it has been fun here, and I hope you've enjoyed yourselves as much as we did. To be part of our next episode, please send us an email via swj@yenghana.com, and also to partner with YenGhana or to sponsor this show, you can still contact us through the same email address. From YenGhana, I'm your host Ohima Sewa Brakitu. Take care.